he literally grabs the burrito, throws it at my face. He yells, "F you." Saw the burrito coming at me, splattered against the wall. Homeless people come in wanting to fight. He didn't even look at me. He would go like this. Starts yelling about how I wasn't gonna go anywhere in life. Working at Chipotle was some of the worst times of my life. And that was partly because of you. I mean, all of you that ever got yourself a little burrito from Chipotle. You see, my experience working there was some of the most depressing, exhausting, and demoralizing times of my life because of the interactions I had with customers. You see, my Chipotle was located in the heart of busy Los Angeles, right next to an affluent neighborhood, and on the other side, a college campus. So we were a busy location. I was probably serving like 400, 500 people a day. There was a line pretty much my entire 8-hour shift. It was a lot of people. And the amount of times someone would actually look at you when they ordered, maybe 10. The amount of times someone would say hello, less than 10. The amount of times someone would just acknowledge your presence, I don't even know. And I just remember every day after work feeling so drained and empty inside, which is completely contradictory because it's not that hard of physical labor. So it didn't even make sense why it was the most exhausting job I've ever had. Every interaction you have with someone matters. Think of it like a small relationship you've created, because that's what it is. You create a momentary relationship with every single person you come in contact with. But, and to use Legos as an example, if person A is only taking and using person B to get what they want, but person B gets nothing out of it, well, person B is gonna feel like shit. Obviously, right? It's gonna have a negative impact on them. But what is an abusive relationship? An abusive relationship is when you have so many of those negative interactions that just compound and compound and compound on top of each other until one person feels completely used and abused. So why does that matter with fast food restaurants? Well, you have the interaction with me, the service worker. And you might feel good about it because you're getting a burrito. But depending on how that interaction goes, the service worker, me, might not. The service worker might feel like they gave in that moment, in that interaction, in that relationship, but got nothing back. And so there's a small sense of the service worker feeling like shit. And again, isolated, it's whatever. You had a bad moment with someone, they didn't look at you, they didn't acknowledge you, whatever. But then the next person comes up and treats you the same way. Another negative interaction. And the next person, and the next person, and the next person. And again, and again, and again, and again, and 500 people later. And after that, you go home, exhausted and drained. And you wake up the next day, and 500 more people treat you the same way. And this happens the next day, and the next day, for the rest of the week. And those weeks turn into months, and months, and months, until you just get so completely numb to the exhaustion. Numb to your cup being so empty, and you don't even know why you're so depressed. Because the compounding effect is real. And I've had some crazy experiences working at Chipotle. I remember this one time, this guy comes in, and as I was serving him, he yells, "Fuck you," to my face. I finished making his burrito, and then he literally grabs the burrito and throws it at my face. And I remember it because it happened in like slow-mo. I saw the burrito coming at me and flew past my shoulder and splattered against the wall. and then he screams and he says, "You bitch," and then walks out. I've had times where homeless people come in wanting to fight, people yelling at me because I was too slow or too messy or didn't wrap the burrito properly or didn't give them enough meat. I remember this one time this guy was on the phone and there was a line of like 10 or 15 people behind him. So I was trying to take his order and be like, "Yo, you know, there's a line behind you. Can I get your order?" And he didn't even look at me. He just would go like this and continue talking on the phone. You know, 3 or 4 minutes pass, and then he finally finishes his phone call and starts yelling at me about how disrespectful I was and how I wasn't gonna go anywhere in life, and he couldn't believe what I did, and then walks out. But none of those affected me as much as just all those small negative interactions, just compounding and building and building and building. Those stuck with me way more than any of the crazy extreme cases. So I say all this in hopes that we can change this culture that fast food service workers are meant to be abused. You know, you're supposed to just say whatever you want and get whatever you want, and they're supposed to just bend to your every need. But instead, create a culture of just respecting them and acknowledging them in their presence, that they're not some inanimate object. I didn't even really realize what it would feel like to serve endless waves of hungry people. But hopefully, this will create a little more empathy to the ones serving the food. And I don't care if it's a fast food restaurant or a 5-star restaurant or a taco stand on the corner. The one behind the counter has an entire life story, and you have no idea what they're going through. I actually wrote a song while working at Chipotle, venting about my experiences and what I was going through at the time. I'm gonna play that for you now. If I could have your attention. Thank you for coming out tonight. I have a few words.
Oh my God, when I look at you, I think finito. God damn, you get it, take every shot like it's a free throw. Man, you a big deal with your clean cut and your fresh miss, you fuego. I see what I wanna go put you in charge. Cause all I'm looking at is douchebags with hot heads and these mean freaks with no manage. You been dead, you been gone with your fruit juice and your slip balls. Not me, you're in the hot seat and I'm a good dude with a bad temper. Don't mess around, let you run some, so yeah, get off of me. I just tell you, Viva la revolución. Viva la revolución. This party is over, so put your drinks down, I am done. Man, I hate privileged motherfuckers. Keep it so cool, oh yeah. Who wouldn't wanna be like you, oh yeah. Enjoy love you, oh yeah. Like I do not to be left out, yeah. In the mirror like, oh my God, in the club like, here he go. No, not you, come on, you're all right. Take a can of the table, then I don't really wanna get you.
Yes, settle down, settle down. Come on, baby.
Ha, just say Viva la revolución. Viva la revolución. This party is over, so put your drinks down, I am done. Man, I hate privileged motherfuckers. Here's just what I want. No more that disrespect, no more that judging, no more that taking advantage. I cannot stand it, no.